Oh, there is so much to break down. Let's start with Ryan Craig. Congrats to him on being named Golden Knights head coach on Wednesday. He's been a part of the organization since day one. Henderson Silver Knights head coach from 23 to 26. He was an assistant for the VGK 2017 to 23, and AHL captain for 3 different organizations. And what that screams to us is this guy is a leader. And John Tortorella, who would lose out to him in this head coaching race, praised him.
Vegas Golden Knights just made a shocking decision that nobody saw coming. Instead of choosing a famous NHL coach, they trusted someone from inside the organization. Fans are surprised, experts are debating, and questions are growing fast. Did Vegas just find their next championship coach, or is this a risky move that could change everything? The answer may be far more surprising than anyone expects. The Vegas Golden Knights are once again making headlines across the NHL. This time, it is not because of a big trade or a star player. Instead, the team has officially named Ryan Craig as its new head coach. The announcement surprised many hockey fans because Craig is getting his very first NHL head coaching opportunity. For some fans, the move came out of nowhere. Many people expected Vegas to hire a coach with years of NHL head coaching experience. There were several well-known names available around the league. Because the Golden Knights are one of the NHL's top contenders, many believed the team would choose a coach with a long NHL resume. Instead, Vegas went in a different direction. The organization decided to promote Ryan Craig from within. This decision immediately started conversations across the hockey world. Some fans praised the move. Others wondered why the Golden Knights passed on bigger and more experienced coaching names. So, who exactly is Ryan Craig? While some casual fans may not know much about him, Craig has been part of the Vegas organization for years. He spent 6 seasons as an assistant coach with the Golden Knights. During that time, he helped the team grow into one of the most successful franchises in recent NHL history. Craig was also part of the coaching staff that helped Vegas win the Stanley Cup in 2023. That championship run gave him valuable experience working with elite NHL players and handling the pressure that comes with competing for hockey's biggest prize. After his time as an NHL assistant coach, Craig accepted a new challenge. He became the head coach of the Henderson Silver Knights, the American Hockey League affiliate of the Vegas Golden Knights. This was an important step in his coaching journey because it allowed him to take full control of a team for the first time. With Henderson, Craig focused heavily on player development. Many young prospects worked under his leadership while preparing for NHL opportunities. Developing young players is one of the most important jobs in professional hockey, and Vegas management paid close attention to the work he was doing. As time passed, Craig continued building trust within the organization. Team executives already knew his coaching style. They understood how he communicated with players and how he handled challenges. Unlike an outside coach, Craig did not need months to learn the organization or build relationships. That familiarity may have played a major role in this decision. The Golden Knights know exactly what they are getting. They have watched Craig work closely with players, coaches, and prospects for years. In many ways, this promotion represents the organization's belief in someone they have already trusted for a long time. But even with all those positives, many fans are still asking the same question. If Vegas wants to win another Stanley Cup right now, why would they choose a first-time NHL head coach over several proven names? And the answer to that question may reveal exactly what the Golden Knights see in Ryan Craig that much of the hockey world has not noticed yet. That question is exactly why this story has become one of the biggest topics in hockey. The Vegas Golden Knights are not a rebuilding team. They are a team with championship expectations every single season. When a franchise is built to win now, every decision is important, especially the decision to hire a head coach. Many fans expected Vegas to target a coach with years of NHL experience. That is usually the safer choice for a team trying to compete for the Stanley Cup. Experienced coaches have already handled playoff pressure, difficult locker room situations, and the challenges that come with leading a championship contender. But Vegas chose a different path. Instead of looking outside the organization, they promoted someone who already understands the team's culture. Ryan Craig has spent years working with the Golden Knights system. He knows the expectations, the players, and the standards that help make Vegas one of the NHL's most successful franchises. This is one of the biggest reasons supporters like the move. They believe Craig already has strong relationships inside the organization. He does not need time to learn how the team operates. He already understands what management expects and what players need to succeed. Supporters also point to his work with the Henderson Silver Knights. As a head coach in the American Hockey League, Craig gained valuable experience leading his own team. He worked closely with young players, helped develop prospects, and learned how to manage a roster throughout a long season.
Marty, with the Cup final now behind us, all the attention turns to pending UFAs for free agent frenzy. And how about a coach who's ready to hit the open market? Yeah. After falling just 2 wins shy of the Cup, John Tortorella is available to the highest bidder. So, Marty, should the Toronto Maple Leafs or Edmonton Oilers be ready to pounce on him?
Absolutely. I mean, look at what he did with the Vegas Golden Knights, and I get it. He came in late in the season, and he was more of a guidance counselor. That's what he said. That's his own words, right? But as long as you have the drive, as long as you have the energy, as long as you're willing to put in the hours to coach, John Tortorella is a fantastic coach. Yes, there's always the other side of things.
Behind the scenes in the NHL. Two of hockey's biggest teams are suddenly being connected to a name that many fans never expected to hear again. The reaction has been strong, the debate is growing, and some people believe this move could change everything. But the deeper this story gets, the more shocking it becomes. The NHL offseason is already creating major headlines, and one topic is getting a lot of attention. The Edmonton Oilers and the Toronto Maple Leafs are both being linked to veteran coach John Tortorella. For many fans, this news came out of nowhere. Tortorella has always been one of the most talked about coaches in hockey, and now his name is back in the spotlight. This discussion started after several hockey analysts and media outlets began asking an interesting question. Should the Oilers or the Maple Leafs make a move for Tortorella? At first, it sounded like just another off-season rumor. But the more people talked about it, the more serious the conversation became. Fans started debating, experts shared their opinions, and suddenly, everyone wanted to know if this could actually happen. John Tortorella is not just another coach. He is a Stanley Cup champion and one of the most experienced coaches in the NHL. Throughout his career, he has built a reputation for being tough, demanding, and honest. He expects players to work hard every night. He is known for holding players accountable and pushing teams to compete at a high level. That reputation is exactly why his name is creating so much attention. Both Edmonton and Toronto are under massive pressure. These are not rebuilding teams. These are teams that expect to compete for championships. When expectations are high and results fall short, organizations begin searching for answers. That is where Tortorella enters the conversation. Let's start with the Edmonton Oilers. The Oilers have one of the most talented rosters in hockey. Connor McDavid is widely considered the best player in the world. Leon Draisaitl is also one of the league's biggest stars. Together, they give Edmonton a chance to win every season. But as great as these players are, the pressure to win a Stanley Cup continues to grow. Many people believe Edmonton cannot afford to waste any more years of McDavid's prime. Every season without a championship raises more questions. Fans want results. Management wants results. And the organization knows that opportunities like this do not last forever. That is why some analysts believe a coach like Tortorella could be appealing. That brings us to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Few teams in hockey face more pressure than Toronto. Some people believe Tortorella could provide exactly that change. They argue that Toronto needs a stronger identity and a different mindset. Tortorella's demanding approach could bring a new level of accountability to the team. Supporters believe he could challenge players in ways that help them grow and compete at a higher level. However, there are concerns about Toronto as well. The Maple Leafs already play under an intense spotlight. Every game is analyzed. Every decision is discussed. Every loss becomes a major story. Adding a coach as outspoken as Tortorella could create even more attention. Some people worry that the focus could shift from the team to the coach. Another concern is how today's players respond to coaching. Hockey has changed over the years. Many modern coaches focus on communication and relationships. Tortorella's style is often seen as more old school. Some fans believe that approach is exactly what teams need. Others believe the game has changed and different methods are more effective. This is what makes the entire debate so fascinating. There are strong arguments on both sides. Supporters see a proven coach who could bring accountability and urgency. Critics see potential conflict and risk. Both views have valid points, which is why the conversation continues to grow. When comparing the two teams, many people believe Edmonton may be the better fit. The Oilers are in a clear win-now situation. They have elite talent and a championship window that will not stay open forever. Tortorella's demanding style may match the urgency that already exists within the organization. Toronto's situation is different. The Maple Leafs also want to win now, but they face a unique level of pressure from media and fans. Some believe adding a coach like Tortorella could help. Others think it could create even more challenges. That uncertainty is one reason why opinions remain divided. No matter what happens next, one thing is clear. John Tortorella has become one of the biggest names of the NHL offseason. The fact that both the Oilers and Maple Leafs are being mentioned in connection with him shows how serious the search for answers has become. Right now, nobody knows what decision these teams will make, but the discussion alone has already captured the attention of the hockey world. Fans are debating, analysts are talking, and everyone seems to have an opinion. Whether Tortorella ends up coaching either team or not, this story is far from over. And if there is one thing hockey fans know, it is that some of the biggest off-season stories often lead to the biggest surprises. That is why all eyes remain on Edmonton, Toronto, and the coach, whose name continues to dominate the conversation. The next move could change everything. Shocking rumors have been spreading across the hockey world, and many Toronto Maple Leafs fans were left stunned. Social media exploded. Wild theories started flying, and people began wondering if something huge was happening behind the scenes. But as new information started coming out, the story became even more surprising. And what insiders are now saying could completely change how fans view the future of this franchise.
Last word, you hadn't had a chance to meet face-to-face with Austin just yet.
Yeah.
What's the intention there? Is there a timeline? Is there an intention to go meet with him? And what would you like to hear from him? Or what have you heard from him that's encouraging for you at this point?
Yeah, I'm encouraged. We've had a lot of great discussions, and honestly, I saw a happy captain that is very with a lot of pride in being the captain of Toronto Maple Leafs.
For Toronto Maple Leafs fans, the last few weeks have been full of questions. The team once again fell short of its ultimate goal, and disappointment spread throughout the fan base. Whenever a talented team fails to meet expectations, people begin looking for answers. This time, many fans started wondering if the organization would make a huge move involving its biggest star, Austin Matthews. Matthews is not just another player. He is the captain of the Maple Leafs and one of the best goal scorers in the entire NHL. Over the years, he has become the face of the franchise. Because of that, any rumor connected to his future quickly grabs attention. As soon as discussions about major roster changes started appearing online, some fans feared that Matthews could somehow become part of a blockbuster trade. The rumors became even louder because Toronto recently entered a new chapter under general manager John Chayka. Whenever a new general manager takes control of a team, people expect changes. Fans begin asking difficult questions. Will the new GM keep the same core players? Will he start a rebuild? Will he trade a superstar to create a new direction? These questions created the perfect environment for speculation. As the rumors spread, many fans became nervous. Some believed the Maple Leafs needed a dramatic change after years of playoff frustration. Others argued that trading a player like Matthews would be a huge mistake. The debate quickly divided the fan base. Social media was filled with opinions, predictions, and emotional reactions. Every new report seemed to create even more uncertainty. This news brought relief to many fans. For years, Matthews has been one of the most dangerous offensive players in hockey. Players with his skill level are extremely difficult to replace. That is why many people around the league never believed a trade was realistic. While fans were worried about rumors, insiders were seeing a different picture. They saw a team that still wanted to win, with Matthews leading the way. The reports also gave fans a better understanding of John Chayka's possible vision for the organization. Since arriving as general manager, Chayka has been under pressure to improve a team that has struggled to turn regular season success into playoff success. Fans wanted answers, and many expected major changes. Instead of tearing everything down, the Maple Leafs seem focused on retooling the roster. Retooling means keeping the core of the team together while making adjustments in other areas. It allows a franchise to remain competitive while trying to fix the problems that have held it back. For Toronto, that can mean changes to coaching, player depth, defensive structure, or overall team strategy. The coaching situation has become another major part of the conversation. With the organization continuing its search for the right coach, many fans believe the next hire could have a huge impact on the future of the franchise. If the right coach is brought in, Toronto may believe it can finally take the next step in the playoffs. That possibility makes keeping Matthews even more important. Still, not every fan agrees. Some supporters believe years of playoff disappointment prove that bigger changes are needed. They argue that something dramatic must happen for the team to move forward. Others strongly disagree and believe Matthews gives the Maple Leafs their best chance to win a Stanley Cup. This debate will likely continue throughout the offseason. What is clear right now is that the fear surrounding an Auston Matthews trade appears to have cooled down. The latest reports suggest Toronto is not looking to move its captain. Instead, the organization seems focused on building around him and finding ways to finally break through when the games matter most. And that may be the biggest takeaway from this entire story. While fans were focused on trade rumors, the real story may have been happening behind the scenes. John Chayka could be working on a completely different plan for the Maple Leafs. The question now is whether that plan will finally bring the success Toronto fans have been waiting for.
The NHLPA has told the NHL they want to go through with an investigation into Mike Babcock before he can be hired by the Edmonton Oilers. We get the latest Wednesday from our hockey insider Pierre LeBrun. The NHL is moving ahead with its investigation on Mike Babcock and events in Columbus. Darren Dreger adds this: there's no timeline on how quickly this can be carried out. The Oilers are aware of this. Players involved, etc. in 2023 will have to be interviewed. If Babcock were to back out at this stage, a league source says there would be no reason to investigate.
Everything looked finished. The Edmonton Oilers appeared ready to make a major move that could change the future of the franchise. Then, without warning, a new development stopped everyone in their tracks. Suddenly, fans, players, and hockey insiders were all talking about the same thing. What seemed like a simple coaching search has now turned into one of the biggest NHL stories of the offseason. The Edmonton Oilers entered this offseason with one clear goal. They needed to find the right coach to help the team take the next step. After another disappointing end to their season, there was pressure on the organization to make a strong decision. For a while, it looked like the Oilers had found their answer. Reports began linking the team to veteran coach Mike Babcock, a name that hockey fans know very well. Mike Babcock has one of the most successful coaching resumes in NHL history. He won a Stanley Cup with the Detroit Red Wings and spent many years coaching some of the league's biggest stars. His experience, leadership, and history of winning made him an attractive option for a team that wants to compete for a championship right now. For many Oilers fans, the idea made sense. The team has elite talent, and bringing in an experienced coach seemed like a logical move. But then, the story took an unexpected turn. As reports about Edmonton's interest in Babcock continued to spread, the NHL Players Association stepped into the spotlight. Instead of simply allowing the hiring process to move forward, the union reportedly called for a review of Babcock's past controversies before any final decision could be made. Suddenly, what looked like a routine coaching search became one of the biggest stories in hockey. The reason goes back to events that happened during Babcock's short time with the Columbus Blue Jackets. In 2023, concerns were raised by players regarding interactions involving personal phone photos. The situation quickly became a major topic across the league. Soon after, Babcock resigned from his position before coaching a regular season game for Columbus. Even though several years have passed, that controversy has never completely disappeared. The Oilers are not a team that can afford to waste time. They have two of the best players in the world, Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Every season that ends without a Stanley Cup creates more pressure on the organization. Fans want results, management wants results, and most importantly, the players want results. That is why this coaching search matters so much. When a team is trying to win a championship, every decision is important. The head coach sets the culture, manages the locker room, and helps guide the team through difficult moments. If the Oilers choose the wrong coach, it could have serious consequences. But if they find the right coach, it could help push the team closer to the championship they have been chasing for years. The NHLPA's reported request for a review has now added another layer of uncertainty. Instead of focusing only on hockey decisions, the conversation has shifted toward trust, leadership, and player relationships. Around the league, many fans and analysts are debating whether bringing Babcock back would be worth the risk. Some supporters believe his experience could be